Hi, cruise friends, and welcome to Cruising with Kim and Jen. And today we're going to let's do another What The. And this is a topic that we have heard many people talk about, and Kim and I have talked about it this as well. Kids on cruising. What the? So, Kim, kids and cruising. What do you think?
Well, yeah, I mean, we took kids on cruises. In January, we took our kids, we took grandkids, ages 5 to 21.
28, 27, 28.
Well,
we had just all different
kids,
ages.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, of course, go, family cruising, it's great. However,
let's talk about this. I mean, there is a lot of what that is going on here.
There is, and if you get on the Facebook groups and stuff, people complain a lot about the kids, and not that they're saying kids shouldn't be on cruises.
No.
Nobody's really saying that, but I think they're saying, where are the parents? Why are you not watching your kids? Why at 1 a.m. are your kids running up and down the halls, knocking on cabin doors and bothering people?
Or jumping on the elevator and pushing every button so you have to stop at every floor. Where do you think they are, Kim?
Or just being, in general, annoying. Spilling their drinks, throwing things down, making a mess, trashing, just being obnoxious because there's nobody around to tell them not to.
Yes. I mean, it is your responsibility as a parent. I mean, to know the maturity level of your child.
Yep.
We knew the maturity level of our children and grandchildren, and we knew that they were capable of washing their hands and going through the buffet line. And then we stayed with them and made sure they had food, not using the same utensils. We've seen kids that go up there, and put it back in.
I mean, kids will be kids.
Yes,
they do dumb things.
They do things, but their parents should stay with them.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking, it's an age thing. It's a maturity thing.
Absolutely.
My then 15-year-old grandson, who's very mature for a 15-year-old.
Very mature, yeah.
We did not worry about him walking around the ship by himself, and also with the 14-year-old, because they're good kids, they're responsible. But if we had heard anything about them,
oh my goodness,
causing trouble,
yes,
or just being annoying to people, I mean, that would have been the end of them walking around anywhere alone.
For an example, the last cruise we went on, I mean, we're not hot tub people. However, we were sitting there, we were looking at the hot tub, and there were people wanting to get in the hot tub, and there must have been 14 kids in that hot tub.
Just kids.
And no parents.
They're doing kid things, of course. They're jumping, they're splashing, they're swimming, they're doing all the kid things, which is fine. And kids deserve to get in the hot tubs too.
Yes.
But I guess on that, as far as, if these are your kids, obviously you're not going to leave them and go up probably several decks to an adult-only hot tub or something like that. You've got to be there.
I think they were doing that.
Maybe. You think that's part of the problem?
I think that was part of the problem, because
maybe
there was a lot of parents that were there, and they're like, okay, come on, you've been in here long enough.
Yeah.
There were some that were just there for hours alone.
I know, it's like kids gone wild in the hot tub. Who wants to get in a hot tub with 14 kids in there?
No,
and I'm talking little kids, like 3-4-year-olds on up, you know.
They were all different. And then shows as well. You have kids that come into shows and they get up, leave, they're talking, they're going around, running around. And it's like, just be respectful.
Be respectful of others. That's all this is really saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not that kids shouldn't go, of course.
No.
Kids should go. And of course, it's their vacation too. They want to have fun.
Yes.
But, that's where those kids club things can kind of come in too.
Yes.
Because my 10-year-old or 11-year-old, I guess, grandson, he spent a lot of time with his kids group.
He loved it.
And they had a good time.
Yes.
He had a lot of fun with that. The teenagers, they really didn't want to take part in that, but...
No, they hung out with us, though. I mean, they weren't roaming around, everywhere.
For the most part, they weren't roaming around. I think it's just... it's kind of like kids get a little out of control, and during this time, where are the parents?
Where are those parents?
Everybody gets the drink package, and so they're off they're off having a good time drinking while the kids are running amok.
Right.
I don't know that that's the situation, but you kind of feel like maybe
it does.
That's the situation.
And then it turns a bad light on all kids. And we want to say that we had the best time. So much fun that your grandkids, when we asked them, what was your favorite part of the cruise? And they loved it all so much that they said that they preferred it over Disney.
And they love Disney.
And they love Disney.
They're obsessed with Disney. So
that was really shocking to us because they loved, they were really fascinated with the main dining room and then the buffets for breakfast and the shows and the entertainment. And we were on Royal Caribbean Harmony and they just had an amazing time and it was so much fun. Now, here's the thing. If you don't want to be with kids and cruising, because we were on a celebrity last summer, a celebrity cruise ship, and there were several couples, sitting by us up on the deck, and they were just saying, we were saying what a lovely ship this was, and it was just beautiful, and they said, but there's some kids on here. Now, Kim and I didn't think anything about it. The kids were well behaved.
We haven't been on a ship that weren't kids.
No, there's always been kids where we've been. And they
were well behaved. They were
good. My goodness, yes. And they were doing activity in the pool.
But my point about that was it's summer. Kids are out of school.
Absolutely.
If you don't want to cruise with
more
kids, there may always be kids, but if you want less kids, I guess don't go in the summer, don't go on spring break, don't go at Christmas time.
Right.
Those are just the times when kids are out of school that parents tend to plan those vacations.
A lot, or family reunions and things like that where they have tons and tons of kids. So know what time of year to book. That would be the main thing. Also be aware of the cruise line. I would say Carnival and Royal Caribbean and Celebrity, out of those three, Carnival and Royal Caribbean are going to have way more children. On those.
And
there's stuff to do for them.
There's a lot more to do for them on those ships. There's a lot of fun things, fun activities. There's the roller coaster, the ice skating, the laser tag. It's just on and on and on. So there's lots of kid activities.
Yes.
And so if you're planning and want to take kids, those are the ships to go on.
I agree.
But yes, maybe a celebrity ship. And for people who say celebrity's too expensive, no.
Oh, no.
It wasn't more expensive than Royal or some of the
They say it's the bougie, it's the bougie one, and oh my gosh, and it wasn't like that at all.
No,
it was gorgeous. It was beautiful. It was nice, but it was more adult driven.
And I think it's because there aren't as many kid activities.
No, they don't have the slides. They don't have the any of those type of things that you can do, ice skating and the shows that the shows are more adult oriented as well, and game shows. But those are all things to think about. Absolutely.
When if you're like, oh my God, there were so many
kids everywhere.
So many kids on this cruise. I can't do that again. Well, just plan a little bit.
Absolutely.
Plan a little bit better. Pick a time of year that isn't going to be as kids heavy.
And if you're going to take your kids, like we've taken kids, and when you're adult kids, when they were little, they were on a cruise, and mine as well. Just know the maturity level of your kids. When my adult son, when he was 17, we let him walk around the ship, and he enjoyed himself and had a really nice time. However, you just need to know what their maturity level is and your comfort level with that, and only you know.
Yeah, your 5 to 10-year-olds, 5 to 12-year-olds shouldn't be roaming the ship by themselves.
They should be with
causing havoc.
Just like I think of it as just like if you were at a shopping center.
Yeah.
It's still a big ship. Even the smallest ships are big, and children will get kind of misplaced in it, and
they're going to get a little unruly too.
Of course, they're kids, and we love kids. So this is our What the Topic, because it seems to be all over the place. And especially since the Matt and Abby YouTube episode about where they possibly could have left them in the room, their little ones.
Babies.
Yeah, their babies in the room. and we don't know, but that would probably not be advisable either. So and people say, should we take a baby on a cruise ship?
I have my opinion about that.
I do as well. I personally would not.
I mean, not. It's just, why would you?
I mean, it's just a lot. It's hot. It's just, I feel so bad for the
If that's your only alternative to go, you're not going to have a good time.
Probably not. Somebody's going to have to stay back with the little one.
Oh, yeah. Or take some grandparents or
something. Or take grandparents. Yeah. Yes.
Because
take somebody to help you.
Typically, maybe they're going to want to go to bed earlier, go back to the cabin earlier, and allow you the time to go out and about while the grandparent stays with the baby in the cabin. But otherwise, you're very limited. We've seen a lot of people with babies and strollers, and I mean, that's fine. It's just that I don't know how they're having a good time.
Probably not. And if you think your children are going to remember, they just don't. We've done that with Disney and stuff.
And
they don't remember anything
under
like 8
to 10.
Their
kids so they remember. They're just taking their kids because they want to go. And maybe don't have anywhere to leave the kids, because a baby isn't going to remember anything.
Nope.
You know,
not at all.
Your little babies. And then there's the other things about that. Like, I've seen questions about, well, how do I warm the bottle? And what about warming
Can they go in the pool? And no, they won't let them in the pool.
There's just a lot of things like that, baby specific, that you have to think about.
So do think about that if you are going to take little tinies, there. Not that it's, banned or anything, but just something that you want to think about. So So hopefully this has helped with the topic of kids everywhere.
Kids everywhere.
Kids everywhere. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye.